I've talked to so many people that feel overwhelmed or they feel like they're procrastinating. It's usually that you have a lot going on. You want to make really great progress, and you've said that 2025 is going to be your year, and yet you're still spinning your wheels. Here's a really powerful exercise that I use with my clients to help get at what is really important to get done and what is just there because it's a subconscious pattern that keeps running in the background. You may also find that there's a lot of things that you need to delegate. So get a piece of paper, and yes, please do this exercise written down. If you're not working with someone, having the conversation in your head just keeps continuous the loop because you get the answer from the programmed and patterned mind. You don't necessarily get to the truth, or you're not able to get any objectivity to it. So you're going to write 4 columns on the paper. The first one is urgent, the second one is important, the third is nice to do, and the last one is parking lot. Now, this can be an exercise you do for just what you got to get done this week, or it could be something that needs to be overall. You've been dragging so much stuff around. You want to make progress in so many areas and you just feel bogged down. Or you keep feeling like you're so busy, but you're not actually seeing any progress. This exercise will help you with that. In the urgent column, these are things that have to be done within the next 24 hours. It's dire for you to make progress in your business. It's so important for your family to make sure you have this done. You gave your word to someone and that's important to you. That's the urgent stuff. The next one is important. It's important that it gets done this week or within the next 48 hours, but it's not urgent, and it may be something that you can get help on. Keep in mind that some of this can be delegated. The next one is nice to do. These are the things that it would be great if it gets done, but you feel pressure to get them done, but it's not going to break anything if it doesn't. It's just something that is just going to get added to a list later, perhaps, or it would just feel really good for you to get it done. Now, those are the things that you can pick up and put down through the week. It could be mundane things around the house, but if you don't have it done, it feels like a busyness that's in the background. It feels like you're not able to make progress. So include it there. The last one is parking lot, and this one is really important. The parking lot is things that you don't have the energy, the expertise, the resources, or the time to address right now. Or it's something that you've been trying for 6 to 12 months and you just have not made any progress and you want to be able to break through. You need to take it off your list for a while because it's like having running tabs on your computer. Imagine 10 programmers have 10 tabs open on each computer, how that slows down the system, and it just creates a bunch of busyness in the background. You don't need that. We need to clear some of that out so that you can make clear, decisive action to move forward. Because what you're listening to is, oh my God, you didn't get that done. Oh, why haven't you had this? Oh, you got so much to get done. Oh my God, you're so busy. Well, that's what you're going to keep attracting. Thoughts become things, right? And we create the world in front of us. So as you go through this list, then you've written everything down, either in urgent, important, nice to do, or parking lot. You're going to ask yourself why. Justify, why is it there? Why is this so urgent to get done now? It could be that you have a deadline. It could be that someone's waiting on you. It could be that if you don't do this, you're not going to be able to make progress in a certain area. It could be that it's important to get done. You realize that you used to have it on an urgent list, but you have a couple more days with that. You can ask for some grace for some people there. The nice to do's are things that you can put there that you can check off through the day that just feels good. For example, if you are in a creative field or you need to come up with something creative and you feel stuck, look at your nice to do list. If something is like go sweep the floor, it might feel good to check it off your nice to do list. And while you're busy doing the nice to do, the idea will come in for you to finish something creative. It happens all the time. But when you're just stuck in this loop of, oh, I get so much to get done, you don't make any progress. Or you keep having these overwhelming amount of tabs open in your head that needs to get done, and you punish yourself for not accomplishing it. The other thing is, once you look at this and you've justified why it's there, you can then ask yourself, okay, this is important to do, but I could delegate this. Or you could say to yourself, oh, I can't delegate it because I don't trust anyone else to get it done, or I don't have the resources to hire, or I wouldn't even know how to go about that. Well, then it uncovers the underlying issue of why it hasn't been done before, because you have a fear there. You have a block around hiring someone, or perhaps you have, you don't exactly know how it's going to get done and you need some more information. That is what that allows you to do. Now, the importance of parking lot is if you've had something on your list for 6 to 12 months and you haven't done it, then why is it on your list? We need to look at that. Now, some of these things should be in the parking lot because you just need a bit more time to clear some of this other stuff out. And when you're ready to pick it up, you will. For example, A few years ago, I was aware that I wanted to lose weight, but I knew that it wasn't going to be something that I could tackle at the moment. I was a busy single mom. I was running a business. My kids were all over the place, and they were all about to take flight, empty nest. And I knew that when I was ready to release the weight, it was just going to drop off and it was going to be easy. Well, fast forward about a year, that's exactly, or 2 years, that's exactly what's happened. It has fallen off. I've released it without having any stress at all. And there was nothing magic in what I did. It was just a complete release of what's happening, and it felt good to me. But by putting it in the parking lot, I no longer allowed any negative talk about not having it done. I did not justify why I wasn't going to the gym. I didn't count calories, but it just made me more aware of that's something I eventually wanted to release, and then things started to line up in place. But it wasn't a way for me to beat myself up, because your subconscious mind will use things against you to keep in the same pattern programs. Remember, your subconscious mind is like an autopilot, and we need it. We want to work with it. It wants to be efficient. And thank goodness, because if you had to learn to walk every time you got up in the morning because your subconscious mind didn't autopilot take that over, you'd be stuck in baby phase, not being able to do anything. Same thing is your subconscious mind, for example, breathes for you. You didn't have to think about breathing this whole time of listening to this video, but you can switch out of autopilot and take a conscious breath and fill yourself back up, and it's a much deeper, fuller breath. Well, if you had to think about breathing all the time, and I think it's like something like 60,000 breaths a day, maybe that's exaggerating, I don't know. I remember I used to have the stat, but if you had to think about taking that many breaths every day, how would you get anything else done? So we need to be working in concert or in partnership with our subconscious mind, which will draw from our beliefs, our values, and our programming that we have in our subconscious. Well, many of those things that are in there are not even yours to begin with. It came from generational trauma or generational patterns. It came from your childhood. It came from a sudden emotional trauma, or just the way that you believe things should operate. But you see others achieving things around you and you're like, well, why are they able to do it and I'm not? Probably because you're staying loyal to these programs, these patterns. And this is what this allows you to do. It kind of takes the time to break that down. Now, if you're still feeling stuck after doing this exercise, reach out to me. Let me know exactly what it is that you're stuck on, and I can do a particular video for that. But also inquire what it would be like to work with someone that can hold space and objectively take you through breaking down these programs and patterns so that you can quantum leap into the success that you're looking for. If 2025 is supposed to be your year to break through and you're already feeling stuck and it's the end of January, it's time to reach out and do something different. I've been in business doing this and holding space for people, entrepreneurs, for over 10 years. I've been in the self-development space for 20 years, and I have 30 years of management experience. I also have a master's degree in organizational leadership. Sounds like I'm giving you my resume here, but that's just to tell you that I really have the way to break through this for you, so that's going to give you the success. I don't want you to stay stuck. I don't want you to be wasting time or beating yourself up for feeling bad not being able to make progress. This exercise is really powerful and it will help you do it, but you have to give your chance to do it and reward yourself where you are making progress. Remember, thoughts become things and we create the reality around us. And if you don't love what's happening all around you, let's look deeper. Let's figure out what the blocks are. So let me know how this exercise go and reach out to me if you want me to cover something in particular in these videos or if you would like to discuss working with me. I'd love to see you make 2025, the rest of 2025, your year to really achieve everything.